Hello everyone, and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today we're going to continue our playthrough of Brigandine Grand Edition. So in the last episode I lost Asten yet again, and in this episode we're going to attempt to retake Asten once again. Apparently Asten is the Vegas of Forcina, where all the action happens. So off screen, while I was off screen, I kind of arranged my just my monsters around. So we can see here I have Leoness, Sophia, and Cortina. It's still my attack team because in the last episode I didn't get to attack with them, I only got to defend. So I've got monsters moved around and summoned and put together, so I'm all ready to go. Cortina has a lot of monsters, so it looks really impressive because she has 6, but they are pretty much all really weak monsters, so it's nothing too crazy there. All of the other knights are just going to be going on quests. Now if we look up here, I still have my defense team. So I have Paternus, Asmith, and Baleen that are going to be defending, and Isphus is not injured anymore. He used to be injured because he came back from quest and was injured. Couldn't do anything with him last month, but he's fine now, so he's going to be going on quest. As per my house rules, if I get attacked here, I will not be defending. This is Leoness is not here, and this is not my attack team, so the computer's gonna defend for me, and the computer tends to do really bad when he does that, so hopefully we don't get attacked here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and launch the attack. One thing to note that I don't think that I mentioned in the previous episode is that castles can only be attacked once per turn. So for example, I'm gonna try and attack Asten, but if Caroleon here attacks Asten first, I won't get to attack because it's only one attack per turn. Alright, so let's go ahead and execute here. Now we're gonna take a look at what they have. I'm going regardless, but let's take a look at what they have. So they're gonna have Iria, Galio, and Lucia, so not too bad. We haven't seen Galio yet. We're going to take a look at him once we're in the battle. Monster-wise, it's not overly impressive. They have a couple good monsters. I feel pretty confident. I'm probably going to win this, at least I hope. Nothing too impressive here. Alright, launching the attack, and hopefully we're the ones who get to go first. And we are, so... Alright, so we're gonna go Cortina, and Sophia. Alright, we're getting some dialogue here. That night, the Caradol area of Iscalio, Queen of Leonia. I feel a powerful force in you. Maybe I can't defeat you, but I will not run. You have a good face. What? Fear, determination, beautiful emotions. Alright, Tyria, you're a little creepy there. What on earth? Yeah, it's a little creepy. What will your face show when defeated? For my majesty, I must see it. Alright, so as sad as it is, their knights are all higher level than me, despite having a level 9 and a level 8, so they get 3 turns in a row, and then I get to move 3 turns in a row. So let's take a look at Galio. So Galio is a ranger, he's level 9. If you do play as this Galio, he does become a pretty decent unit. he's definitely worth leveling up, but you kind of need to focus on him a little bit if you want to do that, because he starts only at level 9, so you kind of have to feed him a few kills. But he does start with 80 agility at level 9, that's pretty decent. He goes into becoming a pretty decent grappler. Right, a carefree entertainer. He never thought of becoming a knight, so hearing how fun Dries could be. His charm can put a smile on anyone's face, even Bagdemagus likes him. Alright, so he's kind of a clown, I guess. A traveler, entertainer. I wonder if he hangs out in sewers. Right, so the Iscalio right now doesn't have any casters with AoEs, so I'm gonna just stay bunched up like that to protect my knights. That's a pretty fine strategy if the opposing armies have very few casters, so they can't really bypass you being all bunched up. They kind of have to go through your front line. Of course, if they have AoEs and everything, then it bypasses all of that, but that's not their case right now. So we're just going to keep my very low defense mages and priests protected as much as possible. Alright, so the computer is waiting for me. I think I might have mentioned that in a previous episode, but the computer on the higher difficulty will wait for you whenever you launch an attack, but if you play on the easiest difficulty, he's kind of just charging recklessly without plan or reason, and it makes the game like really easy. So the easy difficulty mode in this game is really easy. So if you play for the first time, you might want to try it. If you think that maybe you're gonna struggle or something, I don't recommend it because it's really easy, and I can't stress that enough. Alright, so Cortina is kinda lagging a little behind, which is a shame because she's a caster, and in this game you cannot move and cast a spell. You have to be standing still and spend your turn casting, so you can't like charge with your mage and then just cast an AoE. You have to stay in place, so you have to already be well positioned for that. And I think that if you remember the first time that we fought, Camden, the druid for Iscalio, like kinda misplaced himself, and I'm pretty sure that it was because he was trying to get in place to cast an AoE, but I got to kill him before anything was cast. Alright, so we'll see if the computer decides to come and attack me. Obviously, if you play that with a friend, or if you play multiplayer, the game is a lot more challenging because you're facing a human being, especially if that person has played a lot before. Then you have to rely on just making a mental mistake, and it happens. I will make some, I'm sure, but the more you know how the game plays, the easier the game is. That's true for pretty much any game, but in this game, it's like the learning curve at the start is maybe a little high, but once you know the game is actually fairly easy. Alright, attacking my angel here. My angel is level 6, and I can't wait to promote him, which is obviously one of the most fun things to do in this game, is to promote your monsters and knights. Alright, so my angel is defending himself here. I guess Iscalio doesn't want me to have an archangel, which is the promoted version of the angel. Going for my rock, huh? Brand new rock that I just summoned too, fresh out of the rock nest or whatever it is rocks come from. 74% chance. Of course it is. Oh, and you're gonna turn me to stone too. Okay, you can charge me there. That's, for some reason, the computer with archers tend to, like, charge the front line a lot, like Lucia did right there. The computer does it for me all the time with Baleen. When I'm having him defend, he just goes and charges. So, we're gonna go ahead and try and get rid of her and see what happens. So, my rock here is turned to stone. Thankfully, I have a unicorn, and unicorn have that awesome spell called Cleanse that can cure any status effect. So now my rock can move. Nice little level there. Intelligence would have been great, but oh well. And let's see. Yep, alright, so Sophia has that nice spell, and I believe we saw that in the last episode, called Hollow, and I'm gonna cast that on my Gigantes. So now my Gigantes' next attack is guaranteed to land, and he's gonna get 150% XP instead of 100% XP, so more XP for him. And I'm going to attack Lucia and make sure that she's hurt. Nice. Oh, even better. So now she's dazed on top of that. So the dazed unit cannot evade, so the next attack against her is going to hit for sure. Next physical attack is going to... but after she's hit, she loses the dazed status. And we're just going to protect Sophia. I'm going to attack the giant because I probably have a better chance to hit that. Oh, awesome, a critical. So he's turned to stone automatically. Nice, this is going pretty good. Let's see. I'm gonna position myself for perhaps a spell next turn. Alright, its attack is Hellhound here, or Garmer. Garmer. No idea how that's pronounced. That's a really weird word. In Legion of Forcina they were called Hellhounds, and I think that makes more sense, and I still call them Hellhounds because I don't know how to pronounce that word. Yes, you can go here and get a tiny bit of XP. 10. We'll take it. Alright, no place to go with you. %. There you go, 75. And no place to go with you. Alright, so Leoness's turn. I can definitely cast a Holy Word with her. Let's see. Let's make my angel a little tougher to kill. I didn't like how they ganged up on him. Alright, yeah, she has just enough health that I can't, like, just hit with one and kill. Oh wait, nah, I'm gonna cast a heal on my angel. I really don't want to lose him. Angels become pretty strong, so I'm gonna play cautiously here and try to preserve him. And now I'm gonna go ahead and cast Ali. Oh, I'm getting almost everything. So again, Holy Word is the spell, the AoE spell with the longest range. Or maybe I should say the self AoE spell with the longest range, because there's Meteor Doom that is pretty strong as well. Alright, that's alright. With Leonis, you want as much MP and intelligence as possible. All of our other stats are kind of irrelevant, well, except for room power, but that's a knight stat that's important for all of the knights. Okay, I might need 2 attacks to kill her. Yes, I do. Ew, I should have attacked with... Yeah, I should have attacked with the Wyvern first, that's my mistake. Right now they get 3 attacks. Oh, okay. I guess that works. Alright, so I guess they didn't like the damage I did to Lucia or something, so they're just gonna retreat. Oh, attacking my unicorn, huh? There you go. Sure, go for it. So once you promote a ghoul, which, I mean, they level up fast, but they're hard to keep alive because they're so wimpy at first. When you promote a ghoul, starting at level 10, they start to get life drain when they attack. So they still don't attack really hard, but whenever they attack, they kind of heal a little bit back. So they start becoming a little bit more interesting, but they're still extremely hard to keep alive because they really have crappy defense. Alright, so easy win. And everybody gets 200 XP. 0 plus 2. Alright, that's pretty decent. Pretty good as well. Pretty good again. Alright, True is getting pretty good. Yeah, I wish you would have gotten some intelligence and some MP here. I will take the agility for the Scorpion. Alright. Oh, that's a pretty good level here for that Centaur. Alright, that's decent. Awesome. Lots of levels here. Like I said in a previous episode, it happens quite a lot at the start. It looks like we were the only attacks. I know because when we're coming back there's no music. That's how you can tell if there's more attack after yours. Alright, so Killuff is back from quest. So Killuff quest. Exhausted from his journey, Killuff visits the local tavern. A drunk swaggers up. You're one of them Rune Knights, aren't you? Killuff gives a reluctant nod. I knew it. One of your kind beat me up once. They got lucky, but now it's time for some payback. I say all you Rune Knights are a bunch of inbred dung heaps. Let's step outside. Killuff follows the drunk outside. Eat this! The drunk punches Kilov, but is weak. There's more where that came from. Kilov kicks the drunk squarely in the groin. Oh god, yeah, that would hurt. I'm dying. The drunk trembles on the ground. Please let me live, I'll give you this. The drunk throws a forest edge at Kilov and hobbles to a safe distance. You'll pay for this! The man runs away surprisingly fast. Kilov doubts the drunk will remember this in the morning. Kilov takes the frost edge. Wow, I said forest. I can't read, obviously. Yeah, I bet that the first time that the drunk got beat was because he was drunk and he was looking for trouble. So we got a free item. Charlene quests. Charlene stands at the entrance to a long-forgotten ruin. Curious, she goes inside. Walking through many weathered, collapsing passages, Charlene comes to a gravestone surrounded by a beautiful flower garden. The inscription is too worn to read, but a dark robe is placed on the grave. It must have belonged to the person buried here. Charlene carefully removes the dark robe. Charlene takes the dark robe. So this is the good outcome of that quest. The bad outcome would have been that she would have started to feel a chill and lose her way, and she would have been injured for a month and didn't get the item. Charlene bows her head in respect, praying that her need for the dark robe be understood. Charlene leaves the ruins and heads home. Philo quest. Exhausted from her journey, Philo visits the local tavern. A drunk swaggers up. I think we've seen that before. You're one of them ruined knights, aren't you? Philo gives a reluctant nod. I knew it, one of your kind beat me up once. I think we know where this is going. They got lucky, but now it's time for some payback. I say all you ruined knights. Ruined nits. I guess maybe because he's drunk, he's using misspelled words. Ruined nits are a bunch of inbred dung heaps. Let's step outside. Philo follows the drunk outside. Eat this! The drunk punches Philo, but is weak. There's more where that came from. Philo kicks the drunk squarely in the groin again. Oh my god. That guy is not learning. Well, technically we don't know if it's the same guy. Oh, I'm dying. The drunk trembles on the ground. Please let me live, I'll give you this. The drunk throws a forest robe at Philo and hobbles to a safe distance. You'll pay for this. The man runs away surprisingly fast. Philo doubts the drunk will remember this in the morning. So now it is the word forest. It's like, you know, my computer heard me mispronounce words and now it's rewarding me with the right items. It's a little creepy. Maybe I'm being spied on. Another person coming back from quest. Raisin quest. As Raisin gets hungry, he catches a rabbit for supper. Amazingly, the rabbit begins to speak. Gentle knight, I am but a small rabbit, barely skin and bones, because I give all my food to my children and pregnant wife. Their only joy is hope that I return home. Please, good knight, do not eat me. I will even give you my secret treasure. Filled with curiosity, Raisin asks what the treasure is. I will tell you, if only you swear to spare my life. Though his stomach grumbles considerably at the decision, curiosity wins and Raisin sets the rabbit free. Thank you, kind knight. My treasure is in that hole. You surely deserve it. As the rabbit said, Raisin sees a treasure hole nearby. Farewell. The rabbit hops away as the knight eagerly reaches inside the hole. Raisin feels something. It is a Solomon's ring. Wow, that's a pretty good item. Raisin takes the Solomon's ring. So I got some pretty good stuff here, so we're going to take a look at all of that. and I have a lot of really good knights that came back, so I'm pretty excited to see what kind of attack team and defense team we're gonna get for next turn. So let's take a look at everything that we got. So the Solomon's Ring is a pretty good item. It raises your rune power by 30 and your rune area by 1. And I already know, I think, who I'm going to give it to. And it's somebody up here. I usually like to give it to Baleen for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but I usually like to give it to her because she's a decent knight, but she suffers from having only that 3 rune area, so getting the +1 really helps. So there you go. What else did I get? I got, I think, a sword and 2 robes. Alright, so I can't equip any of that stuff with her. Can't equip anything with him. She might be able to equip the robes, yes. Alright, so I have a forest robe and a dark robe. So I'm gonna give Philo the dark robe. It's going to raise her defense by 8, but it's also going to increase her black resist. She's a white unit, so because of that she takes extra damage from black units, but having a little bit more resist from black is going to help her against black monsters and knights, so she's getting that. I'm gonna give the forest... oh, she already has the runic armband, so we're gonna leave it to her. Oh, Cortina. Cortina is gonna get the forest robe, so it's going to increase her defense and resist, green resist, so green monsters and knights, so a little bit more protected here. And then I have the sword. At the moment I only have 1 knight who can equip the sword. It's Longborg, and I believe he's out on quest, so he's not gonna be equipping it this turn. Just gonna double check to make sure he's not here. I'm pretty sure he's not. No, he's not. Alright, so we took Asten back yet again, and hopefully this time it's for good. It will all depend on who I have defending here. I do have quite a few decent units now, so if we get a good roll of the dice, I might be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. Next turn we're gonna try and capture even more. So as usual, guys, thank you for tuning in, and until I roll this game again, see you later.